crazy couple of days in the NBA, and not all of it basketball related. Well, technically, you know what? Technically, it was basketball, physically a basketball related, but it wasn't basketball related. So Giannis Antetokounmpo broke the franchise record. I think it was 62 points. I'm not even sure. He scored a lot of points against the Indiana Pacers. I think it was 62. Now that I'm 64. Okay. At this point, it doesn't matter. He broke the franchise record, beating Michael Redd's record. After the game is where the conundrum, the commotion happened. Giannis, he wanted to take the ball, obviously beating the franchise record, being one of the greatest Milwaukee Bucks ever, maybe the greatest when it's all said and done, wanted to keep that basketball for himself or for his teammates. Well, actually, we'll get into that in a little bit as well. Maybe he didn't. So later we find out that the Indiana Pacers actually took the ball, and they did so because one of their rookies scored his first points on a free throw. Oscar Chipubwe, I think his name is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yes, a rookie from the Indiana Pacers scored his first points against the Milwaukee Bucks in a blowout, and so the Pacers had taken the ball and given it to Oscar. So, commotion, craziness happened after that. Giannis chased after him. Have you ever watched Maury? Have you watched Maury?
I don't know if I have.
So, okay, but do you know the meme where it's like, you're not the father?
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
The camera chases after.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
That's exactly how Giannis looked like when he was running after it in the tunnel. So Giannis chases after the basketball in the tunnel. There's a kerfuffle in the tunnel. It's like, no, we're not giving you the basketball. Apparently, someone got his ribs broken, all that type of stuff. The general manager of the Indiana Pacers has bruised ribs, according to Rick Carlisle. And apparently, after all that commotion, it was actually the wrong ball. And the Bucks actually had secured the ball, but apparently that ball was also fake, according to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis said later that it didn't feel like the ball. I've been playing with the game. I've been playing with the ball all game. And first of all, I love the fact that I'm doing this like detailed story breakdown as if people haven't seen all this. But at the same time, I just want to do a recap just to show you guys the NBA is ridiculous. It is the best, most entertaining reality television there is. I don't know about you. My wife watches Vanderpump Rules a lot.
Ooh, taste. I
hate it.
I never thought I would get a Vanderpump Rules reference on the Objective Basketball podcast, and I am here for it.
Oh man. And so in Vanderpump Rules, right? It feels like they just kind of like crazy up the drama. Like, even if nothing's going on, they're just going to try to make something go on. You know, a lot of reality television is like that. I think I've brought up a Love is Blind reference on here before. Love is Blind does that a lot too. It's like, oh, let's just get things going a little bit. Let's get the ball rolling. The last season of Love is Blind was not fun, not entertaining. And I've been thrown into reality TV because of my wife, who was like obsessed with reality TV. All that being said, I have my own version of reality TV, and that is the National Basketball Association. There is no other reality TV, in my opinion, that does justice to this. Between the basketball stuff, between the drama, the craziness, every day you can go on Twitter and pull up that Gilbert Arenas is saying something stupid, or whoever the hell. It is reality TV live. Consistently, 24 hours, 7 days a week, all the time. And I'm sure we'll get into the Draymond Green stuff in a bit, but I know basketball is the reason we watch this. And yes, of course, the basketball is the entertainment part. Just like for Vanderpump Rules, the restaurant is supposed to be the main objective, right? There's supposed to be a restaurant at stake. But it's never about the restaurant. It's always about the other stuff. And I think I appreciate that. I think both of us have an appreciation for that. Lauren, I've just been spewing because this has been an insane couple of days of basketball. How do you react to the whole Giannis basketball thing?
Oh my gosh. I almost couldn't believe it. It was just another thing. I texted my brother and I was like, just another absurd storyline. Because in my opinion, I mean, and to me, I can see how people would be on both sides of who should have gotten the ball. In my opinion, Oscar Tshiebwe should have gotten the ball because the dude went
Oscar
undrafted.
Tshiebwe. I'm
It's
sorry for
his
mispronouncing your
first
name. Yes.
career points. Like Giannis, you might just break your own record. You know what I mean? But this
Yeah.
guy didn't even get drafted. Like, I think that there should be a bit of like come on now. And so, but at the
Right.
same time, it's intense, it's competitive, it's whatever. I was honestly also really impressed with Tyrese Halliburton's like ability to keep his cool when Giannis was fuming. I was like, damn, I'm pretty impressed by this. And so, but again, it was all just such madness to me and chaos that I was like eating my popcorn. I was eating that shit up. I'm not even gonna lie. But it also to me was like, it felt very reality TV-esque because I was like, this is a reach. Like, to me, this is not that big of a deal.
Is a
and
reach.
Maybe I don't get it. Obviously I don't get it. But I just am like, this is a pretty like intense moment, especially if someone's ribs truly are bruised, broken, whatever. That's a lot for this. And so it was all madness to me. I was like trying to even process everything, all the new information coming out.
Right.
But it was crazy. I think Oscar Tshiebwe should have gotten the ball. I kind of hope he did get the ball. But I have no idea where the ball is. I don't even know where the ball is at this point. Yeah.
We don't know where the basketball is, which is the craziest part of this entire thing. And I agree with you. I think there is a certain competitive tick, whatever it is, the thing that makes these athletes go, right? And we can't really define it. For Giannis specifically, he's been very outward about it. He doesn't work out with other guys. He's too competitive to work out with other guys, all that stuff. He's been very, in my opinion, he's been very in your face about it, right? Like, he's not afraid to tell you that he doesn't do things the way that most conventional athletes do it, right? He's tried to kind of take on the whole Mamba mentality type of thing. And it's kind of old and tired sometimes because you can see he's kind of like forcing it a little bit, to be honest with you. And maybe while he does have that competitive nature, I do know the basketball thing is actually a big deal for a lot of athletes. I can say that from watching Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is insane when it comes to saving the basketball. There was a shout out to Joe Wolf onto the score. He had a video that came out, he posted a video on Twitter. The game winner, the Kawhi shot, right? As soon as the shot dropped, Kyle celebrated for like 0.3 seconds. And then as soon as he saw the ball, darts to the ball, gets it, and then goes, congratulates Kawhi for the game winner. These guys care about that stuff more than anybody else. And like it's part of the job, sort of, And I'm sure if like, a couple years from now, you talk to Giannis and you ask him about the situation, he probably has a different answer than he does right now.
Right.
But I think the best person to look at, if you look at all the videos, all the perspectives of it, the best reaction is Damian Lillard. He was in the middle of it. Have you ever been, the Jesse meme from Breaking Bad where he's got the water and he's kind of just like looking, that was what Damian Lillard was, kind of reacting to everything that was happening and saying, man, I did not know I signed up for this shit. And the crazy thing is, even afterwards, when he got asked in postgame, he's like, I have never been a part of something like that shit in my life. And I'm wondering, it's like, Dame didn't necessarily want to go to Milwaukee this offseason. He was dead set on Miami, and he ended up in Milwaukee. Obviously, there's the Dame Giannis stuff. They obviously wanted to pair up together, et cetera, et cetera. Probably wasn't his first choice, but I wonder if he's maybe thinking like, dude, I did not know Giannis was this crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do wish we could, because it certainly seems like you got a lot of, like, you could see a lot on Dame's face and on his reactions throughout that entire interaction that was on the floor. But I do wish we could get like an internal monologue from him in that moment, because some of those like still shots of Dame just like, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. And so I don't think it's, anything that we're going to like, that's going to pop back up. Maybe not. But I do think that Dame and like that sort of interaction is like very like
it's
uncharacteristic.
Right?
And so it's just, it's so I do wonder, what goes on, what's going on through Dame's head, at least right now. But, I think it was just so crazy and so chaotic that I think what you said about how it's going to be talked about in however long versus how it's being talked about now is going to be completely different. And in the heat of those moments, it just, it is what it is.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to check out the entire Objective Basketball podcast, the link is in the description. We will see you there.